Alright, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Rogue Ales, and they're headquartered in Newport, Oregon, and this is their Chocolate Stout Nitro. So this is a stout with a natural chocolate flavoring added. It's also in a nitro can. It comes in at 5.8% alcohol by volume, 69 IBUs. Nice. And at the time of review, this can is just over 4 months old. So full disclosure, I have never had this specific beer before, but I have had the non-nitroed version, just the regular chocolate stout, many, many years ago before I started my channel. Had to be at least 10 years, probably more in the 12-year range. And I remember it being pretty good. However, a couple years ago, I revisited their double chocolate stout, and that beer is where it's at for me personally. When I reviewed it, I forgot how delicious that beer is. But when I saw this one, I was like, you know what? It's hard to resist a nitro beer, especially a chocolate stout nitro beer. And yeah, we're going to give it a go. So I'm going to crack it open, get it in the glass, and see what we got going on. So they just say basically crack it open, flip it over, pour it in the glass hard. Do something like that. Try to... Is it label out? I don't know. Is that label out? Got the big glass here just so we, all right, so do something like that. I just want to see if you can see the cascading. Yeah, definitely cascading. And yeah, this just, it's a nice label. I do enjoy the label. Throw it over here like this. So yeah, it's pretty much cascaded for the most part, a little bit left to do so. So in the glass, pitch black, pouring it out, more of a dark brown kind of look to it. Has just under a finger of an incredibly creamy, straight on mocha colored head. Yeah, I mean, it's a nitro head. It looks infinite. It looks like, you know, hot chocolate or something, like the head of a hot chocolate. Can hold up to light. Yeah, it's pitch black, but again, it's more dark brown when I was pouring it out. Got a little swirl here. Look at that glass lacing from the nitro. That looks beautiful. But I mean, that's exactly what you kind of want, I think, out of a nitro beer. It just looks beautiful coated inside a glass. Let's get a nose. Okay, so there is a nice chocolate kind of aroma, but it's not like straight on, you know, like sweet milk chocolate. It's more like a say like a 40 or 50% cacao bar in the nose. It's it doesn't seem like it's going to be that sweet. There's a really nice like roasted malt character here, a little bit of dark fruit, like a touch of like a cherry, maybe like a raisin, a dark grape, a touch of caramel and toffee, some coffee in there too. Ooh, that roasted kind of malt quality is a little bit stronger. And on the back here, I forgot to mention it because I did see it. They have like the tasting chart, which is basically a star. At the top, they have bitter, and then clockwise it goes roast, chocolate, sweet, and malt. And it's all pretty equal, balanced, except for the chocolate. It's like a little bit further to the chocolate. And you see what I'm saying right there. Goes a little bit closer to the chocolate. So I thought that was cool. And also says pair it with aged cheddar, pot roast, and vanilla ice cream, which I will do none of that. I'm just going to drink this by myself, but they give you some pairings there. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what it is. It smells, it has a nice chocolate character to it. But what I appreciate about what I'm smelling in my glass is that I actually get the base beer. Again, that roasted malt's really heavy. There's a caramel and toffee, those dark fruits, a little bit of coffee as well. Yeah, it's really nice. I want to get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's a nice beer. It's nice. It's not... I don't think if you're somebody who's been drinking craft beer for a very long time, I don't know if you'll pick this one up and your mind will be blown. But if you like nitro beers and you like chocolate beers, and especially chocolate stouts, I don't see how this would miss the mark for you substantially. I think it would be kind of right in the wheelhouse. At least it is for me. I like chocolate stouts. I like nitro beers, and here we are. Body and mouthfeel. I'd say the one negative to this one is the body is definitely thin. This is higher side of light, lower side of medium, almost 6%. Want to see it more in that low medium to straight on medium range. So it's definitely thin. And here's the thing. I've had some people, you know, talk about nitro beers feel flat, and that's just because they're not as carbonated as a regular beer. It just, excuse me, car went by, but also just choking on my own words. Now, you know, because the nitrogen's in here, it's not carbonated as much as a regular beer is. And the reason for the nitro being in there is to have that insanely smooth and creamy mouthfeel, right? So that's what I'm getting from here. It's smooth, it's creamy, but it feels flat on the palate. So if you're someone who doesn't like flat beers, you probably will never get over the hump for the mouthfeel of a nitro beer. But what it lacks in carbonation makes up for with that smooth creaminess, and I'm okay with it because, you know, I'm used to it at this point. The taste, I would say that actually, and this is a rarity when it comes to nitro beers, I always feel like the aromatics are muted and the flavor is a little bit more in your face compared to the aromatics. It's the opposite here. The aroma was great. The nose was pretty great. The taste is very dialed back from the nose. There's, again, a lot of roasted malt front to back, very omnipresent. After that, there is chocolate, but again, it's more of like a bittering chocolate. It's more of like a more bitter dark chocolate. I wouldn't say like necessarily like baker's chocolate, but again, that 40, 50% cacao bar, like it's a deeper, richer chocolate, but not a lot of sweetness. A little bit of that dark fruit, more to the cherry side of things. A little underlying like coffee, caramel toffee, maybe a touch of molasses. On the back of the palate, this one does finish somewhat full on dry, very mild with the bitterness. There's not a lot of bitterness here, but it's mild with the bitterness. It's pretty well balanced. It's dry, it's bitter on the finish, real, you know, sweet up front with all that malt goodness. It does have an earthy kind of finish, maybe a little bit of like a floral character. 5.8%. Yeah, you really can't tell. I don't even have warming in the chest or anything. This is what I'd say about this one. The double chocolate stout's amazing, and I would take it every single day over the, every single day of the week over this one, and twice on Sunday. I would like to see that beer nitroed. I think they probably do a nitro version. I've never seen it. But that beer is just more of what this is, but like, you know, it's just ramped up. And that's kind of where this one lacks. Like, I like the nitro, but the flavors just aren't like wowing me. It's still a damn solid, good beer. I enjoy it. I just want a little bit more intensity to the flavors, and the body being thin definitely is somewhat of a detriment. So, Rogue's Chocolate Stout Nitro. I am going to give this one right here. I was going to say I'm going to give this one, and instead I said right. Give this one right here. I'll go high 3.75. I'll go 3.85. I think that's where this one lands. I think I gave the double chocolate one like in the 4.25 range. This is not as good as that. And I would recommend this if you like nitro beers, you like chocolate stouts. Give it a go at some point just to say, hey, you know, I've had that one. I think it'd be pretty cool. And outside of that, you know, I don't think you'd be missing much if you don't pick this one up. But I would like to revisit this one without the nitro just to see, because I think the regular one was better for what I was looking for, but I could be wrong. It's been many years. So anyway, price point and availability. This was, I picked this up for like $3.79 a can. I think 4 packs were like 14 bucks. It's a nitro beer. You know, left-hand milk stout, typically when it comes in like the 4 packs of 16 fluid ounce cans, they're like, you know, $12.99. So this isn't far off. It has chocolate in it. It's fine. Rogue's always a little bit more pricey here in the Buffalo, New York area. And also, you're only getting 13.65 fluid ounces instead of 16 fluid ounces because of the nitro. So keep that in mind if, you know, over the course of a 4-pack, you're going to lose, you know, somewhere around 9 ounces by the time, you know, you finish that 4-pack. So keep that in mind if that's something that you factor in when you buy this. And, you know, availability, check their website. They have a beer finder. I'm pretty sure it's Rogue. They're a bigger brewery. They have a beer finder. Here in Buffalo, we've had their stuff for many, many years, going back to when I first started drinking craft beer. But their stuff is very hit or miss here in the area. Sometimes I see some of their seasonals, but like a lot of their core range offerings, we don't get as much. Like, it's kind of tough to find like Dead Guy Ale and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, if you've had this one before or the non-nitroed version, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this one. The best way to sum this one up for me is it's a solid, good chocolate stout in a nitro can. But there are things like the body and the intensity of flavors that keep it from being a really good beer. So it is what it is. Anyway, I appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.